Well, now to a story Fox 17 has been covering for years. A happy update from a local couple who've had quite the winding journey to growing their family. After a breast cancer diagnosis, Tammy Myers and her husband Jordan had to make the tough choice to have kids with the help of a surrogate.
But because of an outdated Michigan law, those kids weren't considered theirs. Doug Reardon has the update for us tonight. He joins us now. And Doug, the Myers might be the last ones to go through this.
That is certainly what they're hoping for. The Myers story is now the catalyst for two new bills in the state legislature that would correct the very same issue that's forcing them to adopt their own twins.
In 2015, after a breast cancer diagnosis and in the midst of trying to grow their family, Tammy Myers and her husband Jordan received difficult news.
The only way that we could grow our family was to do an emergency egg harvest right after my surgery.
And use a surrogate to carry the children. After 5 years of serious consideration, they found a carrier, Lauren, and in January of 2021, twins Eames and Ellison were born. But in what should have been a happy time, the Myers received more bad news, courtesy of an outdated Michigan law.
Although they are biologically my children and they were my eggs, I wasn't carrying the baby. So the state did not recognize me as the mother.
And Jordan wasn't recognized as the father. Even after 2 appeals to a Kent County judge, the law still recognized their surrogate, Lauren, as the twins' true parent. It wasn't until April 2021 that the Myers were even able to gain full guardianship of their children.
Hi, cutie.
The law preventing the Myers' parentage was crafted way back in 1988.
It was put in place in a time where it was not technologically possible to put someone else's eggs or embryos in another woman's body.
We want our case to be the last instance that this has to happen to.
And there's a chance they might be.
Most other states in the nation have updated their laws.
Senator Winnie Brinks recently introduced bills to correct the problem that have caused the Myers so much strife. The bills allow for contracts between biological parents and surrogates, ensuring the adults who share DNA with the children are recognized as the baby's true mother and father. They'll also outline access to services like mental health screenings and group counseling.
It won't change the realities for their case. So it's been really selfless effort to help other people so that they can avoid going through this kind of trauma in the future.
It may be the final step in a long journey, one that Tammy and Jordan hope no one else has to face.
It's not a political issue, it's a human issue, and it's time for a change in Michigan.
Yeah, and certainly, again, that's what they're hoping for. There is no timeline for these bills' passage. Senator Brinks wants to get them passed by the end of the year, best case scenario, but says if that does not happen, they'll be introduced first thing when the legislature returns in 2023. Jamie, Josh.